A streak of gray and a cheerful.
I had a tweet over the weekend about Johnny Quest. Someone posted something like only one season of Johnny Quest. It was expensive to produce. But what a great cartoon. This is a top 2, 3, 4 cartoon of all time with Johnny Quest, Bullwinkle. Sorry, you under 40 crowd that don't get it.
The show's about to start.
I'm coming as fast as I can.
He is. Thank you, Bullwinkle and Rocky. And number 9, Mr. Drew Brees, for taking care of business. Nice introduction, Mr. Brees, Mr. Drew Brees. Corey Johnson back at you. Hey, is there one of those little Cox boxes up there, Jason, hooked into that, thing? Because maybe that bad boy's just being blocked. And that's why I can't, I'm talking about that little mini box. No, where is that little mini box? Oh, yeah. Now I should just have that where I can, this should work now. You know what I'm saying? I think. Maybe not. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Are you hearing noise? Let's see if we can get something going. Hold that box up in this direction. Yeah, it seems to be accepting it. You mean I'm not going to be able to watch myself on TV today, Jason? Wow. What a bummerooski. It's a good-looking guy, that guy on the Corey Johnson show. I don't know if you noticed that, Jason.
No, he's not a bad-looking man.
He's not a bad-looking man, and a lot of ladies send in photos and cards and letters over here. And
it gets really problematic. I have to take them to the recycling bin every day. I mean, gosh.
It is. It's bags and bags of mail. It's 10,000 letters today for the Corey Johnson program. Very reminiscent of what Elvis had to deal with. Very reminiscent of what Elvis had to do with. You know what makes it really amazing, Jason? It's 2024, dude, email era, and we're still bringing in the regular old school mail.
They're usually typed out on a typewriter, too.
Some of them are. Some we have the little lipstick kiss on them, which can be scary at times, but perfume, all of that. Sometimes cash money, which we're not reporting to the IRS, by the way. Last year, Jason and I took home over $40,000. All right, that is a joke. There is no cash coming in through the mail like that. I wish, huh? Jeez. I'd report it. I'm honest, Abe, by golly. The clouds eclipsed our eclipse today, huh? Is that how that went down?
Yeah.
The clouds covered the eclipse today in New Orleans, at least. I don't know. There's some photos of where you kind of had a still full cloud cover, but you could kind of see the sun and the eclipse going down. There are a few photos out there. Some hardcore New Orleanians waiting to catch a little gap in the cloud, knew exactly where the sun was when the cloud opened up and the sun appeared with the moon. So there's some photos out there. Now, you can go online and some places where, the times kind of accelerated photography, time speed photography there gets kind of dark. Pretty amazing. Hey, what's the difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse? We're tossing softballs out there because Mother's Day is in a month. Mother's Day is in a month, 4 weeks away. May 12th, Mother's Day. You got to take care of mom. You know how you do it? You get her what she wants, a day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa, 5 area locations. Solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, any other kind of eclipse? Yeah, the clouds covered the eclipse today in New Orleans for the most part. For the most part. A coolio front, that's what we'll call it, a coolish front, rolling through on Wednesday. Some inclement weather, some rain on Wednesday. That at least is scheduled, which is absolutely perfect. Maybe not so much for the setup people at French Quarter Fest 2024, but for the festival itself. Hopefully the rain on Wednesday is not bad at all. but hopefully it does its job of bringing in this weather that's expected, and I think it will, right? Thursday, windy, but no rain, 62 to 73 degrees. That's Thursday's weather forecast for day one of French Quarter Fest, or this Thursday in New Orleans. Windy, no rain, 62 when you wake up, a high temperature of just 73. That goes in the super yeah, you right category of weather. Wow, unreal. Friday, pretty damn good. It's going to be sunny on Friday. We wake up to 59, even a little cooler, and we get up to 75 degrees. That's the high Friday. Saturday and Sunday, a little more heat. Saturday, 60 to 79. Sunday, 62 to 79. Still pretty damn good. No 80s in the forecast. Lots of sun most days. Starting out in the high 50s, low 60s. Are you kidding me? You'll probably get to French Quarter Fest, if you get, I should say, like at 11 noon. Could still be in the 60s all those days, especially on Thursday. It will be. Thursday is going to be mostly 60s and then creep into the low 70s. So no rain, mostly sunny. And when it's not rainy, just cloud cover, keeping the temperatures in that, yeah, you right direction. Fired up, man. French Quarter Fest, Thursday through Sunday, and the weather could be just about perfect. Hey, our annual question, we throw it out there around this time of year. Which festival has better food? Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? I think that is a totally legitimate question. Which festival has better food? Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest, and why? Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. On this nice Monday afternoon, we had a little bit of rain earlier, not much. I don't really think enough till my neighbor threw down the old, weed and feed fertilizer, whatever, weed and seed, whatever. Gets rid of the weeds, but feeds your St. Augustine lawn. You got to wet that stuff in. You got to water that in for the fertilizer to work. It doesn't work in dry form. The opposite can happen. It can just burn the grass. I don't know if the rain we received today was enough to get your fertilizer properly into the lawn. Anyway, a little bit of rain, but we are expecting more on Wednesday, but still a nice Monday. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Which festival has better food, Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? French Quarter Fest this Thursday, Jazz Fest 2 weeks from this Thursday. Weekend number one of Jazz Fest 2 weeks from this Thursday. Hey, what's your favorite French Quarter Fest dish? What's your favorite French Quarter Fest dish? I'll tell you one of my favorites, and I think it's pretty damn ingenious, to be honest with you. Dickie Brennan has a roast beef po' boy, and essentially what he does, he takes the end of the bread and digs out the inside, so you just have a little bit of the inside, the white, and then the crispy golden crust, and it's just this tube. It's like he cuts the loaf in half or whatever, or discards the middle. I don't know what he does. Or uses the middle for regular po' boys that you don't want the end. But on this, you want the end because it acts like a bowl, like a cup. So you have the bread in like a tube form with the end, the nose, as it were, still hooked on, hollow out the middle, and then ladle in this debris, roast beef that you'd be making on a regular roast beef. You bite into it, spilling all over your napkin and up. That's fine. Sop up the debris with your bread. This is just kind of eat down on the thing. You just start from the top and eat towards the nose, which you're holding, at the bottom. So it sort of doesn't spill, doesn't get sloppy. You consume all of it. I'm shocked that some other restaurants aren't serving a po' boy like that in some kind of thing that you'd use for drinks or something, like a metal frame that the po' boy could sit upright in. Anyway, that's a damn good way to eat a sloppy roast beef po' boy and not get, stuff all over you or your hands or any of that. Works out pretty good. Favorite French Quarter Fest dish, Rouse's Markets, phone line 766-9480. Speaking of Rouse's, it's crawfish season. Are you kidding me? Live by the sack for your crawfish boil, Rouse's Markets. Don't want to mess with that. Hot from the pot, ready to eat crawfish. I'm ready to dive in. Rouse's Markets. It's crawfish season, Rouse's Markets. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Yeah, you right. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. What's the difference between a solar or lunar eclipse? Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. It's that easy. Throwing a softball out there because in a little over 4 weeks, it's Mother's Day, guys. Don't blow it. May 12th, Mother's Day. She wants a day of relaxation at the Woodhouse. I've got $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates available. Hey, why was French Quarter Festival started? Specific reason. And it wasn't so people can have fun. I mean, that's part of it. But that wasn't the main reason. There was a main reason why French Quarter Fest was started. I want to say 1984, 83, maybe 84. Why was French Quarter Festival started? Give me the answer to that. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. I thought I had a holdover question, but maybe not. Difference between a solar or lunar eclipse and why was French Quarter Festival started? Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. I got an easy money generator for the NOPD, for the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. It makes everyone safer. It's easy to do. It's the law. I think this is a no-brainer and really easy, and I'm kind of miffed on why we don't enforce it. It's good for everyone, right? What am I talking about? Pulling vehicles over where the tint is too dark by law. You only can tint your windows so dark. If you tint them too dark, it is illegal. And let me tell you, illegal is you can still see the person in the car. You can still see the driver, at least a silhouette of the driver, when the tint is illegal, when it's too dark. So the ones where you can't even see someone, I mean, sometimes I'm at like a stop sign or a yield or whatever, and I'm waving someone through. You usually need like eye-to-eye confirmation. So, and I'm waving someone through. I'm like, geez, it's just a blacked out window. I don't know. Is a human in there? Is this a Google test car? Is it somebody asleep in the back seat letting their Tesla drive the vehicle? I don't know. Can't see a damn thing. I'm serious. Like, can't see anything. It's like your cellular device when it's not powered up or nothing's on the screen. That's the tint on the window. Oh no, that's Blue Boy and Tolly. Whoops. You get the idea. When they're not up there, turn your television off. That's just crazy. It's crazy. And there's a lot of vehicles. Like a measurable percentage. It's not like 0.03% or 1.4%. I bet you illegally tinted vehicles in Metro New Orleans got to be close to almost 3, 4, 5%. 5%'s 1 in 20. 1 in 20. I would think it's close to 1 in 20 vehicles have an illegal tint. And no one cares. There doesn't seem to be any kind of enforcement. I guess you just get an added ticket if you're pulled over for maybe a tail light out. You didn't use a blinker. You're speeding, whatever. And then hey, let me see your insurance, your driver's license. Well, your license is expired, writing you a ticket. Oh, you don't have insurance. It's not valid, writing you a ticket. Oh, wow, the tint on your windows is clearly too dark, writing you a ticket. But I think, you need an excuse to pull people over, dark tint. It's all you need. Everything can be perfectly operating, dark tint. And then I would have a strike system like baseball. First off, it's illegal. So, and you know it. How the tint shops sell the dark tint is kind of mind-blowing. Crack cocaine's illegal, but come on down to Jimmy's Crack House and buy all the crack you want, Get a free, T-shirt with a crack purchase at Jimmy's Crack House. Oh, no, you using it is illegal, but me selling it's not. It's just kind of crazy. How do the tint shops in New Orleans and Jefferson, how are they selling tint that's illegal? It's too dark. No, the baseball 3 strikes, you're out. First one's pretty prohibitive, like $250, $300, whatever law enforcement citizens come up with as a fair number. I'm just throwing out an arbitrary number. I don't like doing that. But something that makes people go, damn, I don't have dark tint. They're going to pull me over for no reason except the dark tint, and then I'm getting popped with a $350 ticket, whatever. That's harsh. That's a kick in the kneecap. The second time it happens, like, wait, dude, we pulled you over 9 months ago, according to this, and wrote you a tint ticket. So this will be your second one. It's $1,000. And then the third one, 3 strikes, you're out. We seize the vehicle. Seize the vehicle. Do not drive in New Orleans, Jefferson. I don't know if it's a state law or a local law, but there is a tint law. A tint can't be too dark. And in New Orleans and in Metro New Orleans, Jefferson, North Shore, lots of folks have tint way too dark. And it's almost like folks that litter. It's almost folks that you can't pinpoint a demographic or an age group or anything. I see like grandma driving some new Beamer and she's got the tint too dark. Granny may or may not even know it. Black, white, young, old. Yeah, I'm sure the drug dealer likes the blackout tint. So does the guy who likes the blackout tint. I don't want anyone seeing me. Yeah, give me the illegal tint. Now, I don't get how the illegal tint is, sold. I guess people would go around, Mississippi, man, I got the tint shop right on the state line. Go get your illegal tint. Anyway, that just seems like an easy money, not like a money grab like traffic cameras. Something that makes us all safer. You got to be able to see who's in the vehicle. Can't even see, just blacked out. Some have the front window pretty dark and not just the stripe across the top, like fading down into the windshield. I'm like, what do you have to do? Get down low to see? Easy Rider. It's Masters Week. That's always a good golf tournament in Georgia. I like golf, obviously, but I don't push golf and I go, hey, this week it's the Kemper Open. Go watch it in Nashville or whatever. I never, ever push that. I push the Zurich Classic and I might mention the majors. And the Masters for me is probably like number 3. I think I like the U.S. Open the best because that to me is the toughest test in golf. It's a pitching duel, not a home run derby. And then I think I like the British next, then Augusta, and then probably the PGA. Anyway, it is Masters Week. The azaleas are in bloom. Jim Nantz and the crew at CBS are ready. Tiger Woods playing. That always makes it interesting. The 7-seed Pels, they're tied. Same record as the 6 seed. 2 back from the 5, 4 games left. All winnable games. And they could lose, go 1-3. They need to go 3-1 or 4-0. Tomorrow night at Portland. Trailblazers are terrible. That's a win. Or you better win. I mean, they lost to the Spurs the other night. They're terrible. That's just, you can't do that. Thursday at Sacramento, a West team that right there with the Pels. Pels are 46-32. Sacramento's 45-23. Excuse me, 33, right there. Friday, Golden State at Golden State. They're 43-35, right there. And then you finish Sunday against the Lakers, 45-34. This is all for seeding. Are you going to be the 6 seed so you don't have to do the play-in gimmick? Or are you going to be the 7 or 8 seed or worse and have to do the play-in game? 4 games left for the Pels. They need to go 3-1, 4-0, 3-1 at the worst. They can do it. We'll see how things go. Right now, the 7 seed. 4, 5, or 6 seed, fantastic. 7 seed, no bueno. You know what goes in the no bueno category? You folks panicking that you can't find your Blue Plate mayonnaise. It's on your grocer shelf. The Blue Plate mayonnaise you grew up with that you love, the only mayonnaise that's ever been in your house like me, Blue Plate. I've never purchased another brand of mayonnaise in my life. Ever. Never picked up another brand of mayonnaise. Only Blue Plate. It's on your grocery shelf. It never left, but there's a new label. Maybe it doesn't jump out at you like the old label used to, because that old label was around for decades and decades and decades. New look, same legendary taste. Blue Plate mayonnaise. It's on your grocery shelf. Go grab a jar, a squeeze bottle. The corporals at the controls fielding your phone calls, directing this program. Straight in the toilet. The Rouse's Markets phone lines are 766 9480. 766-9480. Corporal, the only person that would be responsible for sending this program into the latrine is yours truly. Hoorah. Semper Fi. I've got all the lingo down. Is that uncool for me to say that when I have no Marine training at all? Uh-oh.
Depends who you ask.
Some might be mad that I shouldn't be saying hoorah or Semper Fi.
Most people don't care.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's like the older cats are very protective of it.
Yep. But they probably don't care either because they're the older cats. They're like Marines. They're like,
it's whatever. I've been out for so long. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm going to care what this guy says on talk radio. I did 3 tours in Nam. Yeah, they're not concerned.
Exactly.
They're not too concerned. You know what commercial is fantastic?
Hit me with it.
Have you just Google, go to YouTube and put in, this is for the corporal. Uh-oh, coming right back.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 airy locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Hey, why was French Quarter Fest started? Give me the answer. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. The Corporal's at the controls, 766-9480. Hey, Corporal, check out that marine spot real quick. It's a 60. If this doesn't get you wanting to join the Marines, nothing will. The video's great, too.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. Protected the weak and defeated the strong. Shown courage and compassion. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
That's powerful, huh?
I dig it. I dig it.
How good is that?
That's one of the. I like that one.
I mean, that's as good as it gets.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best ones I've ever seen. That might be the best. Yeah,
I'm telling you. I'm not even anywhere near the military. If I had to like defocus, I'm not watching the video. You're watching the video on the audio. If I watch that video and focus, I will shed a tear watching that spot.
Man, you know, you got to think about the timeline of when they were doing that. That was a heavy time. We were just coming off some wars. We just started some peace operations. That was a heavy time for us.
Yep, heavy lifting. Call in the Marines. Hey, it's a Monday afternoon. The Corporal's at the controls, 766-9480. 766-9480. Cool front coming in on Wednesday. Perfecto. A little rain, which we got to watch out for. Hopefully it doesn't mess with French Quarter Fest folks setting things up, the finishing touches. They're ready to go. Thursday, windy, no rain, 62-73. Are you kidding me? Thursday's going to be one glorious day at French Quarter Fest. Friday, sunny, 59-75. Friday is going to be one glorious day at French Quarter Fest. Saturday, sunny, 60-79. Sunday, sunny and cloudy, 62-79. I mean, it's almost, you can't do much better. It's going to be such a great weather weekend. French Quarter Fest 2024. Yeah, you right. A good Tyler, I'm about to say Tyler Perry. Tyler Bridges Times-Picayune article, column on Jeff Landry, his aggressive nature. It's so funny. It's like Jeff Landry's trying to be like, I've never gone slow. It's like, no, you're hyperactive, dude. That's what you are. You're hyperactive. Anyway, a lot of the initiatives that Jeff Landry is getting passed as governor, he's a Republican. The Senate, the House, supermajority. It's pretty hard not to get what Jeff Landry wants passed. It's kind of hard to not get it passed. Crime legislation, a lot with that, from like no parole, easier to execute, 17-year-olds as adults. Troop N in New Orleans, a state troop in New Orleans. The AG handling criminal cases in New Orleans. Taking board control away from the New Orleans mayor. You could argue defunding public education by putting the money into private vouchers where you can send your kid to private school. Wants to rewrite the Louisiana Constitution. He wants the governor to appoint board chairs at universities. Now, he's already appointing the board. Now he wants to appoint who chairs the board. Here's the board, and Fred Magoo's going to run it. I mean, already got a bunch of yes men. It's just mind-blowing. It really is. Maybe make appointments with State Civil Service Commission. Wants more control over the ethics board, which sucks. You remember Bobby Jindal, the gold standard of ethics? I mean, just a joke. Bobby Jindal, Bobby Jindal's smart as a whip. He's not stupid. He's married with children. He has to have some sense of who he is. And as a full-blown adult man, he's still playing this BS kids game of throwing crap out there every now and then on social media. The gold standard of ethics boards. I mean, I would be embarrassed if I were Bobby Jindal and I ever touted something like that. Ethics board, ethics, Louisiana, politics. It's a joke. It's the opposite. I remember the limit of $50, what a lobbyist can pay, or indirectly pay, buy them dinner, buy them drinks, $50 per situation. So, hey, let's start at the restaurant bar, $50. Let's go in the restaurant and eat, $50. Hey, let's have some after dinner drinks, $50. Let's go across the street, $50. I mean, it's just so ethics there. I think South Carolina, Florida, I want to say, there's a few states. I'd have to Google them, look them up to find out which ones. No cup of coffee law. That's what the law is called. No cup of coffee. And it's, you can't even give a lobbyist or citizen, cannot give an elected official anything of value, not even a cup of coffee. And then you need campaign reform, and you need to get rid of these PACs where super rich individuals just start their own PAC hidden under the First Amendment, where I'm some rich guy, I can just simply campaign against the person I don't like. Run a bunch of ads and just say, brought to you by this PAC. You know what it's sort of like? And this is a weird example. You want to bring down Notre Dame football or USC or Texas, whichever program you don't like. You're an LSU guy. How do I bring down Alabama? You want to know how? Go move to Tuscaloosa. You got to be rich. That helps. You need a lot of money. Go move to Tuscaloosa, befriend the program, start buying tickets, going to games, and after a while, you can start paying off athletes with money because they're 18 to 22-year-old kids. And now with NIL, you can get around it all. I'm talking like pre-NIL. You want to bring down a program? Boosters bring down programs. The program could lose, quote, institutional control, where the head coach, the administration didn't have control of these boosters that infiltrated the program and started paying off players. So some outsider essentially can bring down the program. You can essentially bring down the program. I know it's not the best example, but I just think it's a little dangerous. But with Jeff Landry, here's the catch-22. All of this stuff I said, I'm not like sitting there pounding the table going, I'm against any of it. Louisiana has failed miserably for decades. New Orleans has failed miserably for decades versus the competition. So someone coming in who I don't particularly care for the politics, not conservative or Republican, extreme, wacky right wing, ready, fire, aim mentality. I don't think Jeff Landry's the smartest, sharpest tool in the shed. I think he's very emotional over logic. I think he's sort of childlike. He has a brother who's gay. The family doesn't acknowledge the brother. Jeff Landry thinks he could convert him to being straight, which I guess means I can convert Jeff Landry to being gay. Yeah, just mind-blowing. I think it would work the other way, right, boys? Anyway, Jeff Landry, no, I'm not a big fan. Think he's kind of a joker. Think he's kind of a lightweight, but nothing lightweight about all these moves. It can be strictly interpreted as all the things I just said. Wacky right-wing guy, taking power, seizing power. We'll see. We'll see. We can't do any worse than we were doing before. Honestly, I don't know how it could get any worse. 766-9480. What is Jeff Landry doing that could make things worse than they already are? I'm not saying they will improve. I'm just saying it just shifts these people might benefit a little better. These people don't. I mean, Louisiana as a whole, we don't move forward. I'm skeptical, but I'm giving the guy all the rope. I'm giving him a chance because Louisiana and New Orleans has been broken for 40 plus years, my entire adult life plus. So dramatic change is what we need. If you are against this, but it were a liberal Democrat who was the extremist doing all this stuff, you'd probably be embracing it. And it would be the conservatives that aren't embracing it. I'm really neither conservative or liberal. I'm obviously conservative and liberal on certain things, but you can't pigeonhole me. He's liberal on everything. He's conservative on everything. I'm a registered independent. I've always thought that way. I was never like, at 18 when it was time to register, I was like, I don't consider myself a Democrat or a Republican. But I'm giving this guy a chance. And I don't like him very much. And I'm skeptical and think it could be for all the wrong reasons. But I'm not about to stop it because of that. New Orleans and Louisiana have failed miserably for decades and decades and decades and decades. And no one's willing to make dramatic change that really upsets the apple cart. This guy's doing it. So I'm willing to wait and see and obviously stay on top of it. Judgment, opinion, and the like.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Ooh, Lord, my move. That's what I said. Ooh, Lord,
Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe.
You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Yeah, you right. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program. Don't be shy. 766-9480. Love to hear from you. Hey, why was French Quarter Festival started? There was a reason. 766-9480. Give me the answer. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. 2 on the South Shore, 2 on the North Shore. By the Mall of Louisiana in Baton Rouge. Guys, Mother's Day is May 12th, next month, about 4 weeks away. She wants a day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa. Trust me. Clouds covered the eclipse today in New Orleans for the most part. For the most part. You know the difference between a solar or lunar eclipse? If you can explain it, I've got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you, the corporal fielding your phone calls. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. A Coolio front rolling in on Wednesday. Could have some rainy weather. That's what's forecast. It could get a little hairy, maybe. French Quarter Fest this Thursday through Sunday. Fantastic weather after this rain on Wednesday. Thursday, windy, no rain. Starting off 62, the high is 73 for French Quarter Fest. A high of 73 on Thursday. Sunny with a high of 75 on Friday. Sunny with a high of 79 on Saturday. Sunny and cloudy on Sunday with a high of 79. We don't hit 80. 60s and 70s. French Quarter Fest 2024. Yeah, you right. Hey, the annual question, which festival has better food? French Quarter Festival starting this Thursday or Jazz Fest, which starts 2 weeks from this Thursday? The first weekend of Jazz Fest, 2 weeks from this Thursday. Second weekend of Jazz Fest, 3 weeks from this Thursday. 8 days of Jazz Fest, 4 days of French Quarter Fest. Which festival has the better food? 766-9480. 766-9480. Jazz Fest is festival food, but not like corn dogs and funnel cakes. Louisiana-inspired festival food, a totally different level. French Quarter Fest is local restaurants serving like a dish, a single dish or two, for a much cheaper price than you'd pay at the restaurant, $6, $8, $10, $12. Which festival has better food, Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, your favorite French Quarter Festival dish. What's your favorite French Quarter Festival dish? Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Yeah, you right. Yeah, Jeff Landry, Tyler Bridges' article in the Times-Picayune. First 90 days, very aggressive, getting a lot of things done, a lot of things accomplished, at least on his agenda, his checklist. Will it benefit the state? Will it help Louisiana and New Orleans? We'll see. We'll see. I think the crime legislation, at least the part of Troop N, a state troop, being placed in New Orleans, like 40, 50 troopers, making New Orleans their home, coupled with the crime that they uncovered, the criminals that they arrest, the AG in Baton Rouge, Liz Murrill, she'll prosecute them. State police, the AG in Baton Rouge will prosecute them, even though it happened in New Orleans. NOPD, DA Jason Williams will do the prosecution. Now, I would think under any normal circumstances in New Orleans, a liberal Democrat DA and a liberal Democrat-controlled New Orleans politics. I mean, is there a conservative Republican anywhere to be found in New Orleans politics? And I'm dead serious. Name them for me. I know of no Republican conservative. In statewide politics, it's like the exact opposite. The exact opposite. I can't imagine in the olden days where a local Democrat liberal DA would allow a conservative Republican AG in Baton Rouge to prosecute local criminals. But DA Jason Williams embraces it. You got to give DA Jason Williams credit, or you can call him a sellout. It's your choice. Jason Williams made a bunch of, I think, unrealistic, and I don't think he was doing it to get elected. I swear I don't believe that. I don't think Jason Williams was going, I'm black, I've got to appease these hyper-liberal, hyper-woke black folks, kind of the base of New Orleans politics. The movers and shakers, Bold Life, Soul, Coup, all these influential, political makers. I've got to appease all of them. I don't think he was thinking that for a minute. I think he's a liberal Democrat, and all these judges, the whole attitude was kind of criminal first, not citizen first. Not going to prosecute juveniles as adults, on and on and on and on. And then slowly but surely, as he became DA, because Jason Williams is smart, he's pragmatic, common sense. He doesn't have an agenda of like, I have to do the black thing or the Democrat thing or the liberal thing. Jason Williams is a proud man who's intelligent and like I said, has a lot of common sense, sees the writing on the wall, and has embraced what I think most liberal Democrats, especially hyper-woke, hardcore left in New Orleans, would be running from. No, you're not bringing in state troopers. You're not having Liz Murrill, the AD, prosecute any cases. We'll handle our own problems here in New Orleans. DA Jason Williams embraces it. Embraces it. Because like I said, for the third time, he's smart, and it's the smart thing to do. It ain't about agendas or power. It's about getting criminals off the street. What's that, Blue Boy? Got a whole nother hour to go. The 5 o'clock powwow, huh, buddy? On a Monday. The eclipse was kind of a sellout with the cloud cover. You're right, Blue Boy.
you're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became number one for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of...
Boy, you got to suspend disbelief for Gilligan's Island, don't you? I mean, big time. Not just like the premise, but like the professor. He's a professor. He's hyper intelligent. He got on that boat, the minnow, with the skipper and Gilligan. I mean, yeah, who would get on a boat with the skipper and Gilligan in the controls, at the control? I wouldn't get in a cab with Skipper or Gilligan driving the cab, much less a ship at sea. Then you got the millionaire. How did he make his money? Not too smart. The only one that I think, how the show really should have worked out, I think the millionaire would have got on the boat and said, no way. Come on, let's get out of here. The Howells aren't riding on with Gilligan and the skipper. And Gilligan and Skipper would have said something dopey. And the millionaire would have just, hey, you're reinforcing my decision. They would have left. Professor would have got on the boat, would have been like, no shot. Marianne, pretty intelligent girl. I think she would have got on the boat, no shot. Ginger, the bimbo, she might have said, I think this is as safe as the Titanic. Let's go. And the rest is history. Anyway, why would you ever get on a boat with Gilligan and the skipper at the controls? That's crazy. Hey, it is a Monday. The clouds eclipsed the eclipse locally, huh? There are some shots of, I guess, some breaks in the cloud and folks snapping a photo of the sun with the moon blocking some of it. But there are some great shots in other parts of the country where it kind of went from daylight to nighttime back to daylight all over about a 40-minute period. Check it out tonight on your nightly newscast or social media. 5 o'clock power hour on a Monday, brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. When you got to paint in New Orleans, it's so simple. You don't go to a big box store, some national chain store. You go to the local guys that have been taking care of you for over 55 years. Helm Paint and Decorating, the Helm family, New Orleanians that know paint and are ready to take care of you, steering you in the right direction with high-quality Benjamin Moore products. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, like Mandeville and Hammond. Plus, free 2-hour delivery anywhere in Metro New Orleans. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, ho-ho! And when you got to paint in Baton Rouge, that's right, capital city. 4 area Helm Paint and Decorating locations now in Baton Rouge. And they have free 2-hour delivery in Metro Baton Rouge. That means West Baton Rouge, Brewley, Port Allen. That means East Baton Rouge, Prairieville, even a Gonzales. Helm Paint and Decorating, 7 New Orleans locations, 4 Baton Rouge locations, Benjamin Moore Paint, free 2-hour delivery. You can't beat Helm Paint and Decorating. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, do it once, do it right. Helm Paint and Decorating, now in the capital city. The annual question is out there again. Well, first off, a Coolio front rolling in on Wednesday. May get some inclement weather, some rainy weather on Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday look fantastic, like really good. Like Thursday, windy, no rain, 62 to 73 degrees. Friday, sunny, 59 to 75. Saturday, sunny, 60 to 79. Sunday, sunny and cloudy, 62 to 79. We will not hit 80. 60s and 70s. Why is it important for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? French Quarter Fest 2024's rolling. Cool front coming in on Wednesday, just in time. Rain on Wednesday, then fantastic weather Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. for French Quarter Fest 2024. Yeah, the annual question, which festival has better food? French Quarter Fest cranking up Thursday or Jazz Fest cranking up 2 weeks from Thursday? Simple question, no wrong answers. Which do you prefer? Which festival has better food? Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, what's your favorite French Quarter Fest dish? There's a major difference between the two festivals and their food. I don't think there's an overlapping dish where someone does something at Jazz Fest and they're at French Quarter Fest or vice versa. French Quarter Fest is local restaurants serving a dish or two from their menu, basically, at a greatly reduced price, $8, $10, $12. Jazz Fest is festival food, but with a New Orleans, South Louisiana flair. It ain't funnel cakes and corn dogs. It's not burgers and, cotton candy. It's New Orleans and South Louisiana, Creole, Cajun, French, local festival food that takes it to an entirely different level than any festival food anywhere. It's New Orleans festival food. So Jazz Fest, New Orleans festival food. French Quarter Fest, New Orleans restaurant food. Which festival has better food? Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. And what's your favorite French Quarter Fest dish? They're coming up on Thursday, so we might as well hype them. And in a few weeks, I'll ask you your favorite Jazz Fest dish. It's one of my favorite, without a doubt. Dickie Brennan has a debris po' boy. And Corey, I don't want to mess with a po' boy. I'm going to walk around Jackson Square with the thing spilling all over my hands, maybe on me, my clothes, my shoes, on the ground. Just ingenious. Takes the end of the bread, might be like 6 inches of bread, but the end, so you have the end, the nose, it's all still intact. Doesn't slice it down the middle to have a top or bottom like you're making a sandwich. Takes the end of the bread, hollows out the inside, takes out the inside of the bread. So you just have this tube. And then his roast beef, I should say, is debris. It's shredded up in gravy. So he just ladles that into this sort of natural kind of cup. And you just sort of eat down on, you just eat from the cut end where the stuff's ladled in, down towards the nose, towards the end, and none of it's on your hands or your fingers or anything. It's like the cleanest, I don't know how you'd say this, the cleanest sloppy roast beef po' boy ever. If it was just in regular roast beef form, it'd be like a 10-napkin roast beef. Every bite, there'd be roast beef all over both hands, spilling all over. It's debris and it's liquidy, but thick. It's not like watery. And it's a lot of roast beef, but it's a lot of gravy too. And they just ladle it into the end of the bread. We called it the nose of the bread when we were kids. That's a pretty damn good dish, an ingenious way to eat a po' boy. I mean, you could do that with anything. You could put shrimp in there or oysters. I'm kind of shocked that some restaurants don't serve a po' boy like that, to be honest with you, just to be different. Take the end of the bread, hollow it out, and ladle mayo in there, stick some lettuce, tomatoes, shrimp, and that's the shrimp po' boy. And then they could serve it like just sitting up. Someone's going to jump on that because Dickie Brennan does it at French Quarter Fest. It's unique. It's smart. It's a great way to enjoy a ridiculously sloppy roast beef po' boy without the slop. Pretty cool. Which festival has better food, Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Favorite French Quarter Festival dish? What are you looking forward to? 766-9480. Something I used to go to every year. They were there for like the first 37, 38 years of French Quarter Fest and finally called it a day. Trey Yen, no longer at French Quarter Fest. They were there from day one up until like 2 years ago. But you have 5 Wong brothers. 3 are retired. It's pretty much Tommy and Joe now. They used to have 2 locations, Mandeville and Hammond, now just in Mandeville. So, that their things are kind of, they want to keep the quality up, and it was just too much work to go to French Quarter Fest and didn't want to sacrifice any quality at the Mandeville restaurant, so I get it. But, boy, I used to, the Louisiana crawfish tails and the lobster sauce, are you kidding me? Boy, was that incredible. You can get that at Trey Yen, by the way. Lunch special, dinner entree, so good. Which festival has better food, Jazz or French Quarter? Favorite French Quarter festival dish? Hey, New Orleans, air conditioning, heat help. We're running both right now. I had heat running the other day, air conditioning running the other day. If you ever need AC or heat help, River City's Total Maintenance is there. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. Find them at NOLAAC.com. If you need air conditioning or heat help, NOLAAC.com. AC or heat help? NOLAAC.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
River City's Total Maintenance keeps you cool. River City's Total Maintenance keeps you cool. River City's Total Maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's Total Maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com. Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more and Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex, there's something called quick lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Hey, Lebanon's Cafe is open till 9:30 tonight. Absolutely wonderful weather out there. It's not sunny and bright, but the rain's done. And it's really nice outside as far as temperature. Lebanon says outdoor dining under a big green awning under the oak trees right on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe is on Carrollton, where Carrollton Avenue is one lane. In between Claiborne's and the River Bend. Carrollton at Jeanette, right by the streetcar barn. Lamb chops, shish kebab, all your favorite Middle Eastern sides. To-go orders, dine inside their climate-controlled dining room, or do what I suggest, sit outside while we still can. Lebanon's Cafe. Speaking of all we still can, blessed French Quarter Fest. Thank you, Mother Nature. Yeah, you're right. Got a little rain coming in Wednesday. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, outstanding weather. Are you kidding? Mid-April? We're not going to hit 80 at French Quarter Fest? Will not hit 80. That's the meteorologist's prediction. Thursday is going to be the most insane French Quarter Fest day in years, weather-wise. Windy, no rain, 62 to 73 degrees. I mean, that's just tough to beat. You don't need like long sleeves or any kind of jacket or anything, and you can wear like it's 90 shorts and a t-shirt and flip-flops. 62 to 70 to 73 degrees on Thursday. The high on Friday, 75. Saturday and Sunday, the high, 79. Starting off in the high 50s, low 60s every day, Thursday through Sunday. Yes. When I saw that extended forecast, I got fired up. I was like, are you kidding me? Little rain, cool front coming in on Wednesday, the day before French Quarter Fest. And then 4 straight days of outstanding weather. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Don't forget the sunblock because it's going to be sunny on Friday and Saturday especially, but that cool weather and lower humidity might fool you. No, and if with these temperatures, if we get that crazy humidity, I'm talking low, a good way crazy. Last week had one day it was 30% humidity. Another day it was like 38% humidity. Right now it's 73% humidity. That's sort of our norm. The reciprocal 37% is such a game changer, like 5-8 degrees cooler feel. So nice. Hey, the annual question, which festival has better food? Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate, 766-9480. To dial us up on the program, 766-9480. What's your favorite French Quarter Fest dish? Which restaurant's bringing out the goodies that you like most? 766-9480. Jeff Landry, a really good Tyler Bridges, NOLA.com article. He does a great job. Jeff Landry, crime legislation, no parole, easier to execute 17-year-olds as adult, Troop N in New Orleans, AG handling cases from New Orleans, taking board control away from the New Orleans mayor, defunding public education, wanting to rewrite the Louisiana Constitution, wants to make it to where the governor appoints not only the board members to the public higher education board, but the chairman of the board. The governor will decide that, not the board. State Civil Service Commission. He may make appointees there or more. Governor wants to control who's on the ethics board. That's a joke. I mean, imagine that. You have a board, an ethics board that does absolutely nothing in Louisiana. Nothing. It's like DEQ. The inmates control the, asylum. The oil and gas industry, the chemical industry control the state. DEQ is a joke. The oil and gas chemical industry know when they can pollute. They do it all the time. Air, land, water. They do it all the time. They get away with it all the time. The rare occasion they screw up so large where there's a fish kill or citizens notice that someone gets sick, then DEQ gives them a little slap on the wrist fine. They're a joke. They're a non-entity, DEQ, controlled by the inmates. The ethics board in Louisiana is a joke. Like the Joker governor, Bobby Jindal, just living in denial. Sad. Adult man, intelligent, living in denial like he's just an imbecile. The gold standard of ethics reform. A joke. Louisiana Ethics Board, ethics rules and regulations for elected officials are a joke. They're pathetic. So you already have an ethics board that's worthless and weak, and the governor still wants to control that. Maybe to use it as a weapon. Who knows? Here's the crazy part. All these changes, some of them could be very dangerous because Jeff Landry's not a conservative Republican. He's not. He's not a mainstream conservative Republican. He is a fanatical, extreme, wacky right-winger. No different from LaToya Cantrell. She's not a Democrat or a liberal. Most New Orleans politicians aren't Democrats or liberal. They're loony left. They're hyper woke. They're extreme. That's what we deal with in Louisiana. Extreme left in New Orleans, extreme right statewide. Even with all that said, we have been going down the tubes for 40 or 50 years straight. New Orleans competes with no cities. Louisiana competes with no states. The only way you can change something like that is dramatic change. And dramatic change is hard. A little bit of change you get, pushback and people complaining. Dramatic change, you're going to get a lot of pushback and people complaining. But New Orleans and Louisiana are so broken, I see no other way to do it. I'd be saying the same thing if it was a hyper leftist in there implementing all this dramatic change as this right-wing lunatic Jeff Landry's doing. But I'm still all for it because the old system was getting us nowhere forever, 40, 50 years straight. So no, I'm giving the guy rope. Let him hang himself. I'm giving the guy a chance. Let him win or lose. So we'll see what happens. But to complain and all that right now, very premature. Let's see where this goes. And here's the thing. This is cyclical. All of this is. You may not believe it, but one day there'll be a Democrat-controlled House and Senate and Democrat governor in Louisiana. Might be in 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, 20 years. And they'll change all these laws back to where they were or something different. It's just, if it works, it'll stay. If it doesn't, it'll change. The powers that be, the powers that are in control, they never think they'll lose control, but they always do. They always do. So I've got no problem with any of this based off of Louisiana and New Orleans sort of sucking for 30, 40, 50 years straight. We need dramatic change, and I would embrace it from left or right. So I'm giving Jeff Landry all the time and, see how this stuff works. And I will be the first to be hypercritical when it backfires or there was an obvious agenda or Landry's enriching himself or his friends or family, whatever. I'll be right there. Hey, speaking of right there, why aren't you right there in Mid-City right now? Why aren't you winding down your Monday at Katie's? Outdoor dining, yeah, they got it. Wrapping around the corner, outdoor tables, indoor dining, flat screen TVs. The Pels are down to 4 games. Tomorrow night, they're at Portland. Tomorrow night, they're on the flat screens at Katie's in Mid-City. the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant, a true taste of New Orleans. From po' boys to pizza, seafood, Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, TV audience, we're out of here. It's straight down 5:30. See you mañana. Keep watching on YouTube till 6 o'clock. That's how we do it. Television, 4 to 5:30. The first 90 minutes of the 2-hour talk radio program, simulcast on TV. Cox Channel 4 television. You're a Cox TV subscriber? Number one provider of TV service in Louisiana, Cox. I'm on Cox Channel 4, weekdays at 4. 90 minutes of fun, 4 to 5:30, Cox Channel 4. Hey, you Charter television subscribers. I'm on Spectrum Channel 333, 4 to 5:30, statewide. Yeah, you can always continue checking us out on the radio. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM, 93.9 FM. You can go to my website, CoreyTalks.com, live streaming there. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E. I know. K-A-A-R-E. CoreyTalks.com. And we are on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to grow that fledgling bad boy. Go to YouTube, go to the search bar, put The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson in, and click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything. It costs everything. Everything you got. Give me your house, your boat, your children, grandma, the den, the TV. No charge. It's free. YouTube. Click to subscribe. No charge. Hey, every day the program on all of those outlets brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra. Lamarck Ford, Lamarck Lincoln, the pre-owned store, service, collision, parts. Almost 50 years, the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner, state-of-the-art, all brand new, over $50 million invested. And now, Crescent City Ford, the legendary Ford truck dealership for over 80 years on Jefferson Highway, under the Lamarck umbrella. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford, Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. Clouds covering up the eclipse. Clouds eclipsed our eclipse viewing. Some folks got some pretty neat pictures. Boy, this one, I don't know if it's AI generated or tweaked or altered, but this one over the Grand Canyon today in the middle of the day in Arizona, outrageous. Black circle in the middle, and then just this searing sun around that black circle, and then it looks like nighttime in the desert at that Grand Canyon. Pretty amazing. You can check that out on social media, but who knows if it's real or not. That's what stinks today. All this alteration stuff. Cold front coming in Wednesday, a little rain, but it's perfect timing because it really makes for a great Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. French Quarter Fest, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Outstanding weather for French Quarter Fest. Hey, the annual question, which festival has better food, Jazz Fest or French Quarter Fest? 766-9480, Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Speaking of, favorite French Quarter Fest dish, 766-9480. Hey, I've got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate to give away. Mother's Day, May 12th, next month, guys. Why was French Quarter Fest started originally? Why was French Quarter Fest started? There is a specific kind of singular reason behind the idea of French Quarter Fest about 40 years ago. Why was French Quarter Fest started? Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations, 766-9480. 766-9480. Boy, I got a great money generator for the NOPD and the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. It makes everyone safer. It's easy to do. And it's the law. It's good for all, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about NOPD and JPSO, St. Bernard, Kenner, wherever there is a police department in Metro New Orleans and beyond. Pull over vehicles where the tint is too dark by law. So easy to do. I mean, I guess the marginal ones you kind of let skirt by. You can even pull them over if you want to and pull your little tint meter out and go, sorry, thought your tint was too dark. Checked it, you're fine. You can go. Thanks for stopping. But the ones that are just overt and obvious, I will wave someone through an intersection and then look, and I can't even see the individual. The driver's side window is so dark, the tint is so dark, I cannot even see a silhouette or a person. So, I mean, when you're letting someone in, you want eye contact acknowledgement so you're on the same page. You don't ram into each other. I'm flailing my hand like, let someone in. Then I'm like, geez, I can't even see him. I want to take it back. No, this one's too easy. And the fines are too easy. Like baseball, 3 strikes, you're out. First one, prohibitive. $250, $350, $450. Come up with something strong. Second one, even more, like a grand more. $1,000, $1,250 for that second ticket. Third, seize the vehicle. And lastly, how are local tint places allowed to sell tint that's illegal, that's too dark? So many vehicles. I don't know the percentage, but it seems measurable. 5%, that would be 1 in 20 vehicles. 4%, 1 in 25 vehicles where the tint is too dark. This is an easy money generator for the NOPD, the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. I don't think it's being too, intrusive. I don't think it's like traffic cameras at all. I think these folks that have the tint too dark, it's dangerous. Can't see him, can't see who's in the vehicle, don't know what's going on. I'm a policeman. I pull someone over. I walk up to a vehicle. I can't even see in it. What's going to happen? The window's going to come down. There's a gun pointed at me. Can't see in the vehicle at all. Illegal tint. This is just too easy. Easy money generator for the NOPD, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, and it's legitimate. It's against the law to have this hyper dark tint. You can have tinted windows, protect your car and your dashboard and yourself, the heat, UV rays, all that, the sun. You just can't have it too dark. And it is crazy the number of vehicles that have it too dark in Metro New Orleans. You see them every day, all the time. You drive for 5 minutes, you'll see a vehicle with illegal tint. No, pull these folks over. There's no downside. Like I said in the beginning, makes everyone safer. It's easy to do. It's good for all. And it's the law. It's simple. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. Masters week. Yeah, you're right. Pelicans, the 7 seed. What's going to happen? What's going to happen with the Pels? Can they get back to 5 or 6 seed? 6 would be fine. You just don't want to have that play-in game, that play-in gimmick. We'll find out more in a second. Brett Martell from the Associated Press. Another Martell Monday coming your way in just a second. Hey, are you tired of your dry cleaner? Put on a shirt, it's still wrinkled. The collar wasn't pressed right. Button missing, button chipped. Just not right. Tired of your dry cleaner? Why do you deal with that inferior dry cleaner? You ready to experience the best? Young's Dry Cleaning. 2 walk-up locations. Free pickup and delivery. Manless locker locations. They've been at it in New Orleans since 1940. Over 84 years of excellence. A New Orleans institution. Want to experience the best dry cleaner? youngsdrycleaning.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLA.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLA.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com. Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Little trouble on Carrollton and Canal. Wits End Bar has sort of, I don't want to say gone downhill. It's just, it's probably more successful than it's ever been. It used to just be a little corner hangout bar. Now it has a few days where they are absolutely slam packed, where people are spilling out into the street. No, the folks have been complaining. Kind of a spring break type mentality, shootings, robbery, carjacking, car drifting, all that kind of nonsense. right there, a block off Carrollton Canal, directly across the street from like Angelo Bricato's ice cream joint or Venetia Pizza Italian right there. And now this might be the, straw that breaks the camel back. A beloved security guard, big old guy, shot in the chest a couple of times and died, was murdered outside of Witt's End, right there, a block off Carrollton and Canal. So that might be the thing. Sadly, it takes a life for the city to step up enforcement and do the right thing and get with the bar owner and go, you got to change some things, dude. You're bringing in a crazy, immature element that is causing problems on the street for other restaurants, lack of parking for other places, on and on and on. Happy for your success. Can't have it where it's spilling out on the street and people are, committing criminal acts and drifting vehicles, shootings, and now a death. Monday afternoon edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, Brett Martell joins us. He's been with the Associated Press for about 28 years now. How you doing, Brett?
That's right. About 28 years. Very good.
Yep. How you been, man?
You usually estimate to like 25 years or so, but you have it almost on the dot now. July will be 28.
Wow.
I'm doing well. Interesting day today.
Yeah, why? What was interesting?
Oh, just with the change of light and everything.
The eclipse. I thought you were like, went up to Baton Rouge or checked in with the Saints or the Pels or something like that.
Nothing interesting really work-wise, except that I saw Rex Chapman. Remember, he was briefly with the Pelicans helping them out before they brought in David Griffin. And he was saying that he was watching the eclipse coverage on the news, and he was seeing people like cheering for the moon and stuff and freaking out. And he was just like, why are they doing this?
Yep.
And I responded, well, maybe after 10 months of record average heat, they just feel like, anything that blocks out the sun even for a little while is on their team. And it's all about taking sides now.
Well, yep, that's true. Yep. Hey, Brett, the Pels are a 7 seed. They're 46 and 32. The 6 seed and the Pels have the same record. They're 2 back from the 5. The key is getting to that 6 seed, Brett, so you don't have to be part of that play-in game. They have 4 games left. I'd say they're definitely winning tomorrow night at Portland, but they lost to the Spurs last week, so nothing is a given. But they really need to go like 3-1, 4-0 in these last 4. They really need to get to that 5 or 6 seed. The 6 would be fine. Anything but the play-in. Is that all pretty accurate as far as, a smoother path to postseason?
Well, for the most part, but the 7th and 8th seeds do have an advantage because you can lose one. You really have to just win 1 out of 2 games to make it to the full playoffs as the 7th or 8th seed. The 9th and 10th seed is a little longer a shot because you have to win. You have to go 2-0 in the play-in to make it. So, the Pelicans could, finish 7th or 8th, win 1 game, just have to play 1 game. If they win it, they're in. It's 1 extra game. It's a pain to have to go that way when you were so close to just avoiding it altogether. And after being in the play in the last 2 years and going 2-0 the first time and 0-1 last year and losing as a 9th seed and having their season just end that way, you certainly like to see them take that next step and qualify for the full playoffs without having to deal with that. And then win a series. It'll be their first series with Zion Williamson if they make it into one. Brandon Ingram is back to basketball activity, so they have a chance to be fully healthy. Not sure if he'll be back before the end of the regular season, but in the playoffs, they have a chance to be that. And they could just be a tough out and a dangerous team and maybe a good story in the playoffs. Nothing I've seen from them this year makes me think they'll make it to the conference finals, but they, they're good enough to make it interesting.
Sacramento's 45 and 23, 1 back. Golden State's 43 and 35, just a couple back. Lakers are 45 and 34, just a game and a half back. These are 3 of their 4 final opponents, all winnable. They could go 4-0, and the Pels could go 1-3. I mean, I was feeling pretty good about a week ago, 10 days ago, when they were the 4 seed and they seemed to have their you-know-what together. but then that slide was very costly, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, they had a 6-game homestand, but it was 6 of their hardest games of the year, really.
Yep.
And they lost 5 of them. And it's just funny. They've been playing kind of better on the road.
Oh, no, they're better on the road than at the Smoothie King Center. They are. Their record proves it.
And I don't know what it is about. I mean, it's a very strange thing, but, I think some teams, depending on the character of the team and the maturity level of the team, can feel more pressure at home because they don't want to disappoint the crowd that showed up to root for them. Whereas you go on the road and it's like, okay, it's just us. We don't care about the crowd. We don't care about anything. We just care about executing our game plan, and you don't have all of these subconscious thoughts creeping in or, maybe they're just built to play. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, sports have a very big psychological component. And for some reason, the psychology of this team is that they're better on the road, which is something I've never really seen before in the NBA because usually NBA teams are more dominant at home.
Oh, most definitely. Home court advantage is huge in the NBA, and playing on the road's the opposite. Of all major pro sports, winning on the road in the NBA is the toughest thing to do. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. How's the health of the team with 4 games left and playoffs on the horizon?
I think it's has a chance to be pretty good. I mean, Zion can't just miss 1 game for the finger. It was a costly loss to San Antonio, but he missed the 1 game. He had 29 and 10, and he almost had a triple-double last night, so he's clearly fine. Alvarado comes back from a 5-game absence or so with his injury, hits 5 3-pointers. That's huge. And then, like Ingram has been, approved a couple days ago to return to basketball activities, so he could be back soon. I just think that coming off of last night's win with Zion only missing 1 game and performing extremely well last night, with the news about Ingram and with Alvarado, back in as a spark, it seems like they're trending back up again, although it's hard to say that after 1 game, but I'm saying 1 game plus these other developments, just in the context of how the previous 6 went, it seems like at least they're poised to trend back upwards and maybe hopefully peak, if you're a Pelicans fan, peak in the next few weeks.
Brett Martell's with us from the Associated Press, another Martell Monday. Anything else locally happening in the world of sports, Brett, till we move on?
Well, not really. I mean, we're getting ready for the Zurich Classic, which is in a couple weeks. And so, tune into the Masters this week.
Yep. That was my next question about the Masters.
There's some big guys that are going to play. I mean, some guys that are in the Masters are going to be here.
Rory was a great grab. Rory McIlroy is really going to ensure a great crowd at the Zurich.
But then you have the defending champs from 2 years ago, right? Shoffley and
Yep.
Cantlay.
Yep. They committed a few days ago.
You got some great names showing up. It'll be another great tournament, I think, if the weather cooperates. Last year they set attendance records, and they're looking forward to being one of the best non-elevated events that there is.
Yep.
Until this new paradigm of golf is all sorted out, where they can try to vie for something that gives them more staying power. But for now, they're doing the best they can, and it seems like they're doing a good job.
Hey, the first major of the year starts Thursday, the Masters. Tiger Woods is there. The question that I keep hearing, Brett, is can Tiger survive the hilly walk over 72 holes, not so much playing decent golf?
Well, it's a question. I mean, he's struggled with that before. So, at other tournaments.
Yeah, he made the cut last year, but then you remember had to withdraw because of the foot or the ankle or whatever. So, it seems like he can still play the game. Can he walk?
Yeah, if he's playing well, he's not going to quit, right? He's going to figure out a way. It's mind over matter at this point because you don't know how many chances you have left. But I think if he's in a lot of pain and he's slipping down the leaderboard on Saturday and Sunday, he'll pull out.
Yeah, if there's pain, definitely.
Staying in.
Yep. Yeah, there's no point. No point.
I mean, yeah, because it's not even a money thing for him at this point. But look, I think if he's in the top 10 even, he'll probably try to stick it out, you know. But outside of the top 10, I can see him probably not really wanting to go through the agony or whatever pain he's in, if he is indeed struggling with that walk.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Brett, last night, Dawn Staley and South Carolina picking up the national championship over Caitlin Clark in Iowa. But Staley and Kim Mulkey just remind me of each other so much, man. Just ridiculously fierce competitors, know the game, can recruit. They get the influence they have on the game, all of it.
Yeah, they do. They're the same. They're basically the same player from different generations and somewhat different backgrounds. But, you know, I mean, she's a Northeasterner from when I think did she go to Rutgers as a player?
UVA? Was it UVA? Or was it Rutgers?
I don't remember. Yeah, you might be right. It might be UVA.
I thought maybe.
But, yeah, but anyway, yeah, she was a really amazing player. The same difference is Mulkey actually won national titles in college. I think her teams didn't do as well, but she was an amazing player for a team that kind of overachieved thanks to her. They're similar in a lot of ways, but they have some distinct differences too, I think, on some of their outlooks, you know, but in terms of being intense competitors, knowing the game, coaching their kids really hard, you know, being very team first oriented, trying to be careful not to tolerate selfish players. They try not to recruit them to begin with. If they end up having them, they try not to tolerate them. You know, Staley said something very interesting about, you know, wanting to make sure that her recruits respect their parents, because she feels like if they respect their parents, they'll be team first.
Yeah, that was a great quote. Yep. And if they don't respect their parents, we have no shot.
There are exceptions. I mean, some kids' parents are not great, you know, and so what do? Just write them off?
No, I guess she's saying, you know, that would be the reason to not respect them. But she's saying if you have decent parents and this kid doesn't respect their parents, we don't want to have anything to do with him. She's like, we won't have success. I thought the Iowa coach was really humble, just telling the team, you know, how you've influenced folks. You made it to 2 national titles in a row. Pretty impressive, but both coaches.
She just didn't, you know, she did a great job with what she had. I mean, one person, a hater could say, well, she failed because she had the greatest player in the history of women's college basketball and the highest scoring NCAA Division I player ever and couldn't win a national title. I think that's crazy because, you know, I mean, obviously LSU didn't come close to winning a national title when they had Maravich. But I think the right thing to say is that she had a team with one amazing player and really not a lot of depth and got them to the national championship game 2 years in a row. And she did it once by beating, South Carolina last year.
Yep.
Huge upset.
Yep.
And then did it again by,
LSU and UConn.
LSU and UConn. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Absolutely tremendous.
No, if Caitlin Clark, I'm not saying it, South Carolina won. They're the better team. If Caitlin Clark is like, 10 of 15 from 3-point land or something ridiculous, they win the game. You know, she had to have the game of her life. She had to have like a 41-point outing, like against LSU for Iowa to win last night.
Right. She would have had to have one of those really transcendent performances. She's had a transcendent career, but she would have had to have one of those games that.
Yep.
Yeah, like she kind of had against South Carolina last year.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just a lights out, playing at a different level game. She shoots it from all over the court. Should be the first pick in the WNBA draft. Hey, Brett, how can folks check out your stuff via the AP?
Sure, apnews.com on a laptop or the AP News app on a smartphone, free on a smartphone, news from all over the world, not just sports, but, politics, Ukraine, Middle East, economics, entertainment. It's a great way to keep up with what's going on all over the world and with one of the oldest news organizations in the world, and very centrist and non-biased.
Brett, always a pleasure, brother. See you next Monday. Have a great week.
Great to be on the show, Corey.
That's Brett Martell from the Associated Press. And that, of course, is world famous Blue Boy. What's up, buddy? You enjoy Brett's work, all right? You're you have the AP app. Wow. Good going, Blue Boy. Thank the corporal for running such a tight ship. All right. He's a Marine, though, not in the Navy. What else? Thank everybody for listening and watching. Of course, Blue Boy, thank you. See you tomorrow, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Be there.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.